Hey, this is Max. Welcome back to another CSR2 video. I am here with the veteran Noob for part 5 of our adventures in CSR2. So if you really look at the last video versus this one, I've actually been ready to take down Shax for a while. Probably a good 2 days, 3 days ago, my Supra was ready, but instead, I just kept playing because I've been kind of busy to make a video of it. But the Supra, as I've indicated in my video, the Shax Destroyer, definitely lives up to the name. It's very easy to upgrade this car to the point where it'll simply run Shax down no problem. Like I said, almost 2 days ago, I'm already ready to take him down. I was running about 11.5s with this car. I've since upgraded it a little more, and it's now a 11.1 car. Added some elite levels. We'll talk about all that in a minute. Let's go ahead and take down Shax. And as you can see, I've hit that magical rank 40, which incidentally gave me a bunch of resources that we're going to cover in a minute as well. But let's go ahead and first destroy Shax with the Supra. He is not even a challenge for this car at this point. It's going to be basically a slaughter for him because I'm just going to run him right down and pass him the whole time. The Maxthegamer R is unfortunately a cool looking but not very good car. I still see people today building them for live racing. All I can tell you is you have better options, and you really shouldn't have to waste your valuable Koenigsegg fusions on the Agera when there's the race pass reward, the Gamera, out there. Okay, so basically there's no reason to build any of the first 5 boss cars for any reason this far into this game. Many years ago, sure, it's viable for some purposes. Today, it's a waste of your resources. So collecting them is always fun. That's the whole point of the game, right? Beating the story mode, collecting the cars. However, don't build the boss cars. You're given so many free cars that there's no reason for you to even look at these boss cars. All right. Yeah. So he's the one, stealing Jerry's cars and all that. Good for him. We're going to destroy him and take his car. So here we go. Right. So I can shift pretty easily. This car is really easy to shift. It's not even hard to drive. That's what I love about the Supra. It's easy to drive. It does well everywhere. Okay, map races, live races. But again, I caution you. I'm always seeing a lot of no star, 3-star, poorly upgraded Supras in live. That's a mistake. You're gonna ruin this car before it's truly ready for the big times. And you don't want to do that. You want to go and defeat other opponents in live with a good live racer, but it requires you to first have patience to wait until your car's ready. Respect, yo. All right. So everybody's gonna, give you a little tidbit. Here comes the Alte. All right, you've cleared the way. Now the Tempest is coming to claim the city. Scuttle away. Yeah, all right. So Tempest is coming. We'll talk about Tempest as well because that's another thing players rush, which I'm not going to rush. I don't even care about the Tempest that much. I will do it because some of the initial Tempest boss cars are actually somewhat useful. My rear cards and parts can get you right to the next level. Okay, what I'm really careful not to do here is to click on the wrong button at this point. All right, so tier 5 car, we're gonna, I don't want to hit miss out by accident. That's what I was actually trying to avoid. If I click too fast and miss out pops up and I click it, I would be kind of kicking myself. So that's why I'm reading all those comments nice and slow. Okay, so Shax is going to drop down to like a 11.8 run. Now, I know I'm running 11.1s, so I'm not even going to be worried about him. We're going to pass him pretty quickly, like this. Goodbye, Shax. You and your pathetic, slow Agera R. And done. All right, so let's see what he ran, which I anticipate to be like 11.8. Oh, 11.9, even slower. So, again, the Supra, once you put like stage 5 parts in it, and a few fusions, it'll probably do 11.8s, 11.7s. Don't rush it. There's no need to take down Shax too early because you're not getting anything particularly useful out of it. Plus, you're triggering Tempest to come along, and that has its own management issues. But hey, look, you get another prize card, right? And that's the thing. Everybody's like rushing in to get these prize cards because, wow, it's going to make my life so much better in this game. And the short answer is no, it's not. And those package they're offering also doesn't really help you much in this game at this point. All right, so definitely a cool looking car. Let's go ahead and move it into the cool looking and useless car garage. Where do I have the boss cars? I think I have them all up front here. Yep, here we go. And there's the glitchy Victor car. Typical of this game. A glitch? No. Never, Max. There's no glitches with this game. Well, you know, having played the game long enough, I've seen it all. Okay. All right, so back to the Supra while we talk about what else has happened in the time since the last video. First of all, when you do elite upgrades, you need to also focus on a car and not get too spread out. One thing that you get, and this is very helpful to you, is at rank 40, you open up a bunch of new things. Noro's tuner pit for the Honda NSXR. You open up the dress to impress. Well, that's the evolution. What's the one? Izzy's tuner. You open up the Izzy's tuner, which gives you the free LC500. Now, the LC500 is hands down the best tier 4 live racer, fully elite, fully max. Yet again, these elite tuner cars are really good, but when they're like this, with barely any elite levels and very little upgrade, they're not that good. Don't start running into live with this thinking, oh, somebody said this is an awesome live racer, I'm going to use it. It's not ready. Okay, without full fusions, full elite levels, and then adjusted settings for live racing, it simply isn't ready for the big times. And that's the part that you really have to understand, that these cars are good once built, but you need to have it built with fusions and upgrade it properly before they'll be actually really good. Until that point, they're just okay. What you should do actually is to not forget you have other cars in other tiers that you didn't have money to build back then, right, when you were coming up. And now with the nice cool meal that Shax kind of threw at me as a reward, I am now able to get this tier 3 car up closer. And I also spent all my money. Wow, Max, that's not too smart. You just spend all your money. Well, I spent all my money for a reason, because we're going to go talk to Alte now about the Tempest. All right. Huge congrats, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So I never understood this part, why he's 7 foot tall and you're in the big leagues now. So 7 foot tall dudes don't even fit in most of these cars. So, you know, that's kind of dumb. You need a elite license to challenge Alte. Pay the entry fee to start, and you need 5 fast car and a lot of heart. 100,000. Maybe later. Okay. One thing about that license is, in the past, if you had a lot of cash, the license costs more. I don't know what it costs nowadays. I'm not taking a chance of it costing too much and giving me a headache. I'm almost there to buy the license, but let's wait. That's not important. Let's talk about these. So the beauty of these is the first few races give you a lot of elite tuner tokens, both this one and this one, all the way up to the 3-star portion. There's no need for you to worry about the 3-star. You just run it and do the best you can to get to the end. The only one that I have run beyond is this guy, because I am trying to build the tier 5 GR Supra up to full elite eventually, so that I can get this car into live racing, right? So all this is all planning ahead. If you rush, elite tuner cars by eliting all different ones too quick, you're going to run into a problem of running out of tokens really quick. However, tokens, you can get the green ones more easily than obviously the blue and red. So the focus is spend the greens, it's okay. But when you get to the blues and the reds, you have to start thinking where you're going to start spending them. Now, I am building this guy and this guy first because eventually you're going to want these two fully elite as well, probably earlier rather than later for Tempest. Both of these cars are pretty good qualifiers for Tempest, although Tempest 1, I wouldn't use this yet. It's a tire spinner. Tempest 1, well, no, I would use this because Tempest 1 doesn't require sprints. Tempest 1 only requires your car to be fast enough. So you want to use this. Where's my NSXR? It's not ready yet, but it's somewhere here. It's still being restored. Oh, it's not in this garage. It's still being restored. So focus on the tier 4s that you already got going and keep going with them. Those are the ones you're going to use. The GR Supra will continue to destroy tier 5 for all Tempests all the way. So this car is not getting licensed. It is going to be used for the tier 5 tier 5 Tempest, as well as if I can get it fully elite, it'll be my first tier 5 live racer. However, that's a long-term project. In the meantime, you have to look at what other tier 5s you can have access to use. Here's the thing. Not counting my free cars that I already have. Okay, we're going to ignore them. This is the other tier 5 you just got. Don't jump in, start upgrading this. It's not a great live racer. None of the elite tuner cars get very far without full elite levels. That's the key about these cars. You need to finish elite upgrading them before you start taking them everywhere in live. Now, what we do for live then right now? Well, we can go back and live race in my tier 1, or I can basically do map stuff for cash and live. I mean, that's what I would do, is do the map stuff for cash. Oops. Okay. Oh, my Toyota came. Map stuff for cash, live for keys. You still need keys. Keys are very important. I am almost confident now that I have close to enough keys to get into next season into a milestone crew. However, since I don't have 750 silver keys, I'm going to need a lot of luck when it comes to getting the Prestige Cup car. If I cannot, then the question is, can I even make enough RP to meet milestone requirements? Probably not. But what you can still do, and somebody's already recommended on my last video comments, to join any old crew and just collect something, which is true. But if the crew is completely inactive, the something you collect won't be much. That's the problem, right? So you want at least a relatively active crew, and you want to get in there where you're going to get into a crew that actually does stuff so that you get benefits of keys, cash, parts, and other things. And particularly important, at the end of the season, you get the milestone car. That is another car in your garage at the end of the season. And that's important because the more cars you get, the more options you have and more selective you can be on which one to build. If the car is good, you build it. If it's not good, leave it. Okay. Why am I still buying the Toyotas? Because again, even as we upgrade the elite levels, we open up more fusion slots, and these fusion slots cannot stay empty. If they stay empty, you're not getting the benefit of elite levels, and your car is not going to be competitive in live racing. So I'm going to keep stripping until all these green and blue slots are filled. I'm going to slowly elite upgrade until all these levels are slowly filled. And then at that point, we're going to need to focus on the crates to get the epics. The other good news when you open up these events is Noro's Tuner Pit gives you the Honda stuff. Okay, your parts crates can give you stuff. Izzy's Tuner Challenge gives you free crates every day. So check those crates, get those free fusions, get the stage 6s. Elite Tuners crates every day or so. Free. You want to get as many of the free items out of the crates as you can. It's all about resource collection, especially at your level. At the same time, it's all about not wasting your resources on something that you really can't build. Yes, I can click on this and hope that I get the infinity, but no, I'm not going to do it because I don't need the infinity. It's not important to my growth in this game at this point. So, what the goals here now, from basically where I am to today, you can beat Shax under the new system in about a week and a half. Okay, maybe less if you're really diligent and keep grinding that cash early to keep building this car fast. You can beat Shax in like a week. And that's pretty impressive. In the old days, by this point, I have been playing almost a month. I had to cross my fingers and waste silver keys, hoping I would get something good for tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, just to race Shax. Or I had to buy the GTR from dealership, grind cash, and do all kinds of stuff just to be able to take him on. Not anymore. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Now you can just go in and take care of it. So the Nissan King of Modstars, you can get this car, but it's for gold. And part of the thing here is it's for a lot of gold. And I'm almost there, but it's actually not a priority to me. I'm not going to go and grab that car just to start the process when I have 3 elite tuner cars already, 4 in fact, I think, to work on. Not worth the effort. Okay. Whereas this, getting some fusions, some more gold, this is worth the effort up to this point. And certainly this is worth the effort because I'm going to get 330 red tokens. Those are big deals. And that will allow me to get much further with the Supra. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm going to focus on. In the meantime, this performance trial, I have to retune the BMW or figure out how to shift it. The legend trials, always run them when you can. This is very important to finish your legend cars. And live racing, very important because you need it to get your keys and get you ready for the next step. You're going to start seeing all these, and these are going to be very tempting to burn some resources and hope you get one of these cars. My take video will be up about this as well. And I'm telling you, as a newer player, resist the temptation. But if you notice, I did lock in something possible on the first lock-in just to get some resources out of this initial part of the event. Nothing wrong with doing that, and you should. Every little bit of resources you can grab out of this game, you will, and you should, because every little bit adds up ultimately to make the difference between whether you can proceed forward with the game or be stuck and be frustrated with the game. So what is the step now? The step is earn more of this if I can. Do any of these up to the point that I'm able to, and then get the elite license, okay, and go from there. Again, they're going to try to sell you stuff. You don't need it. I don't want to rush the elite license. I do want to mention that because the elite license, what happens is, let's see, it's on your profile usually. Yeah. So the elite license here, you have to lock 5 cars. When you elite license a car, it is no longer usable in Tempest. One of the biggest mistakes I see people do is they lock in the GR Supra for tier 5 because, hey, that's the fastest tier 5 I got right now to beat that license. Well, you just screwed yourself because now this car cannot be used in any of the Tempest runs. The same goes for this guy. Okay, you lock this one in. This is one of the best tier 2s possible for finishing Tempest. Why not save it? This one will get you through all Tempest tier 3. Okay, this one won't get you through tier 4, unfortunately. So this one I probably would license in the long run because I can use this in live racing if I build it. But Lexus Fusion's very hard to get. Those are the kind of calculations you always have to make when it comes to elite licensing something. Another thing we used to do in a rush because we want to get elite license done to move forward is license these guys, the boss cars. Well, nowadays, given how fast cars are coming to you, and given that you're going to join Milestone Crew and get more cars, and you're going to have to pull a bunch of keys for PC cars, which means you're going to get tier 3, tier 2, tier 4 cars all over the place. Wait on the Tempest. Don't rush it. There's no need to jump into Tempest. It doesn't really do much for you. What is important, however, and this is going to be my final note on this part of the Veterans Noobs Adventure, is joining a crew. I am not going to join a top crew at this point, obviously, because I'm not ready. But you want to join at least something that is of a particular rank. You know, they have people, top people making certain RP, and they have open invitation to join, meaning they're not like one of these ones where you have to qualify to join them. They're just open, say, hey, any old people come in and join me. Understand the top guys might be the only ones doing the racing. You won't know until you get in there. So let me see here. We got, these are the recommended. You can cycle these to get different ones. Okay. Obviously, the rank 25 is important. Having a lot of members is important. This is already someone who's doing win-loss. But if you notice, that crew here had a 700k RP requirement in the beginning there. So I'm not joining them because obviously I can't make 700k RP at the moment. Some of these are just open invitation. Come on in, do what you want to do what you can do. And the more racers available, obviously the more active the crew, the better. So these are all options. Must earn at least 100k for 2-week period. Okay, Raging Thunder. How many members do they have? 29 or 30. I'll join this one. Check them out. All right, so am I going to be staying with a crew like this long term? I don't know yet. But you want to look at how much activity do they actually have. Okay. Looks like half the crew actually makes the 100k even. A lot of new players, not surprising. It's a recommended new crew. And once you're in the crew, now that we're here, you have some bonus stuff, the crew rank stuff. Okay, so when they hit certain ranks, they get certain benefits. So you get respect point bonus. Your cars now make more respect point. You have your crew championship milestones. Okay, every race you win, you have your leaderboard, your prizes. The milestones is what's important. Now, this is this season's car. I'm not even worried about that. We're not going to get that, not with the points that I'm seeing here. Okay, at 4 million, they're basically able to get a few prizes, few milestone prizes that I've already missed out on because I joined the crew now. But look at what they have already collected. This is why you joined the crew. Even if the crew isn't a top crew, just by having this, there's 10 silver keys right there, 20,000 cash, fusions, random fusions, but still fusions. This is all going to help you. And if you can get higher up to like 7 million by the end of the season, we still got a few days, then ultimately you can actually get additional benefits from that. So when this happens, it opens up the important thing. This is the crew cup. Now, what do you use for this? Well, the Supra would be great because it beats Dyno, and therefore for crew cups, it's really, really easy. Doing the crew cups is critical to your crew. Everybody should be required to run every crew cup as soon as it becomes available. Any milestone crew will require you to do it, and a lot of new players just ignore it because that's 3 races, who cares, I don't get anything out of it. Wrong. Crew cups, when all races are complete, gives really good bonuses to you, to the entire crew. Gotta run these. These are extremely important. And I really think that if you're going to be a team player long term in this game, understanding the importance of weekly elite cup and crew cup and all crew related cups, it's critical you run them all. Okay, so when you come onto the map each morning or each evening when you log into your game, the first thing you look for is crew cups, supply cups, map cups. Clear them. Then the focus is all right, how many live races do I need to do to get my keys? I mean, really, if you just play like that, you don't even try to do other stuff, you will actually meet most milestone cruise requirements by the end of a season. Okay, because you're gonna have to do 15 to 30 live races wins to get the keys. And if you're using a tier 5 car, that's pretty good RP. The map stuff gives RP, and if you're crazy about the map stuff, you can actually get all your RP just through map stuff, literally. Okay, so how far did they go? They already got the project as stage 6. They got the tokens. So what's going to happen is, if I go back here, I can, or should have, rewards. And now I have a stage 6 for that project as Infinity without even owning the car or using any other resources, right? Look at that. So easy and so good, and it's all benefits, no harm. Now, should I have joined the crew even earlier than this? Probably, okay? But again, we don't want to go in and just be a liability. I don't like being that way. I'd like to actually be helpful to the crew. Okay, so it's teaching you to. Now, that's kind of a waste. I really don't want to do it, but it's kind of forcing me to. Okay, all right. So where you want to put tokens is always the one that's the most beneficial to the crew. Milestone crews won't let you put in. A lot of them won't let you put it in here. They prefer this one and that one. So communication's key. Talk to your crew. Most likely this crew won't have much chat. We usually use outside chat for milestone crews, but you want to put the tokens where it actually will, one, fill up the card, and two, be used. So this crew looks like the 30 is probably your best shot, but I'm going to hold the tokens until I figure out what's going on here. Unfortunately, I won't probably be staying with this crew long term, but I am going to run at least until end of this season in this crew, and then next season I will probably look for and join a milestone crew, because within that time I should have my cars sorted a little better, and I should have more silver keys. So that was a discussion also on the crew part, which we added quite a bit of time to this video, and I think it's long enough that I'm going to call it here. If you like this video, leave a like, and if you have any questions and anything I'm doing in these videos raises concerns or questions for you, ask in the comments. That's why I'm making these videos. The whole idea is to give you information. If you like the video, leave a like. If you like my channel and you want to keep seeing the series and any other videos I put up, subscribe, hit the bell, and you get notified when I put up new videos. And as always, thank you for watching my videos. I'll catch you next time.